Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about 3 ways you can find your first position. First way, I'm just going to get straight into it. Let's not waste any time. First way is Facebook groups. And before we get into it, these 3 ways are just the most 80-20 ways to do it. So someone might suggest you do LinkedIn, someone might suggest you do Twitter, and they all work for sure. Those I haven't tried personally, they could work, and even the third one might come in handy and be related to those, but these are what I found the most 80-20 ways to do it, being the least input for the most output. First one being Facebook groups. So all you have to do is pretty simple. People like to overcomplicate this. It's just type in the search bar appointment setter jobs, or high ticket sales jobs, or remote closing jobs. And then you go to groups, and then boom, you've got so many. You got about 5, 10, 15, 20 plus groups that you can easily join. Preferably if they're private, because that means it's a higher quality group usually. But for the most part, you still got a lot of abundance in terms of the groups. Now let's go to one that I like a lot. And depending on what time you see this video, it might turn out to be a really saturated and not very good group anymore. But if you're just watching it now, I'd highly suggest joining this group. I think it's a non-negotiable. Join High Ticket Ninjas, because this is going to be full of people. See the first post right here. We are looking for 15 to 20 appointment setters. And they just tell you all the details about it. If you're interested, it's as simple as DMing them. So I DM them first, and then also comment on their post, because if they DM them, it's more likely they're going to reach out. Well, not reach out to you, but see your get their attention more compared to just a comment. So you could literally spend 30 to 60 minutes a day just in this one group. Bearing in mind, you can join multiple groups, and I highly suggest you do. You can go down the list and treat it as a numbers game, because it kind of is a numbers game. Yes, you have to look at the quality of what their offer is and the quality of the job posting. However, most of it is a numbers game, especially if you're a beginner with no experience. You don't really have a privilege to pick and choose, to cherry pick. Okay, so the only thing I'd be careful of is, and Lindsay, if you're watching, let me actually go on her profile quickly. The only thing I'd be careful of is people who might be fake or scam offers. And there are a few ways you can tell, as I said in one of my earlier videos, a few ways you can tell if it's a scam offer or a legit offer or a legit job post. You know, when they message you, does it feel like a robot? Their profile picture, their profile itself, the bio, everything, does it look like it was made by a real human being? Or does it just seem as did they just take their profile picture and whip it up from stock photos? So a lot of it is gut feeling. You'll be able to tell from a mile away, but if you don't, then comment down below or ask me. But this seems pretty solid. You can reach out to her. Just go down the list and you'll find a couple opportunities, and then a matter of time, if you commit to this process of applying, then eventually you're going to land an interview. So yeah, just go down the list, you'll find a ton of stuff here. And then what you can do is, I think there's a section that shows related groups, unless they remove that. There should be a related groups thingy. If I go back, yeah, so don't just stick to one group, guys. You want to be abundant, and the way you create abundance is through volume. So let's say if we type in that group, more groups that are related to it will come up. So this one, like, join all of these, guys. Join all of them and check the job postings, commit to some time, and see if you can apply for a position. So that's the first way, Facebook groups. Second way is, as you can see there, Instagram. Come on. Instagram, there we go. Instagram profiles, you could literally just type in, we want to be looking for our coaches, consultants, and agency owners. because those are the type of people who need appointment setters and closers the most. So if you can think of a coach in mind, you can actually just see if you can reach out to them and ask them if they need a setter or a closer. If not, then just type in coach in the search bar, because it'll actually optimize for SEO, kind of, because a ton of people will have the word coach or the word mentor or the word consultant or the word agency in their bio or in their name, so it's going to come up in the search bar. So a bunch of people you can reach out to if they need closers. Let's just go to one right quick. Closers or setters, this also applies. Let's go to this one right quick. There, you can reach out to him, send a message or a video message if you really want to stand out, and ask if he's looking for setters or closers. You can even check the stories as well. This will happen sometimes, so you have to keep an eye out, but sometimes they'll put on their story that they're hiring. And when they put that on their story, that's your time to pounce. So that's another way you can do it. And here's the icing on the cake. If you want to find related accounts, you don't have to go back to the search bar. No, Instagram will do that for you. So here are some suggested profiles that are related to the person you just looked up. So you can literally, again, commit a certain amount of time to this, or a certain amount of outreach to doing this, because it is a numbers game, and reach out to one by one the suggested profiles on the list, because these are all probably coaches, agency owners, or consultants. So that's pretty straightforward. That's another way you can find an opportunity, is through searching literally through Instagram profiles. Another way you can do it as well, just quickly, go through their following list. Because again, their network is probably going to be very tight knit, so they're going to be connected to other coaches and consultants and agency owners or people in their niche. And then just reach out to these people. I'm trying to show you guys here, it's really easy. Just go ham. It's not so much about getting the right opening message. It's not so much about being fancy with it, overthinking it. It's literally just a volume. It's literally just a volume game. Because I was on a call the other day with one of my mentors, and he talked about this topic of applying for sales jobs. And he said most of the time, it is just a volume game, because he actually used to be a recruiter at an old sales job, and he could literally speak for himself. Like, he'll post an application, he'll get 100+ applicants and CVs, and he'll probably only look at the first 10 or 20 before they find their guy, because the first 10 or 20 CVs are usually the first ones that come in, and they're probably pretty good already, so there's really not much point to look at the other 80, if that makes sense. Even if there's probably a gold nugget in those 80 that he didn't look in. They're just too busy, the calendar's going to be too packed out with the interviews, so therefore that's why it's a numbers game. The last thing is pretty underrated, it's very overlooked, but it's your existing network. Now, you will actually go a long way, and it goes a long way to ask even friends, even family, even Discord groups you're in, even online communities you're in. Literally just putting a message in and asking, hey, do you know anyone who runs a business who's looking for closers or setters? You'll be surprised how many people will get back to you with the answer you're looking for. So reach out to your existing network. Don't ignore this as well. Obviously, the bigger your network, the better it is, the easier it's going to be. However, at any scale you can do this, because again, we're all online, everyone's really connected, and it's very easy to form a large network, a large high-value network. It's very easy nowadays. So no matter what stage you're in, you can go ahead and do that. Ask around, who's looking for a setter or a closer? I mean, I've formed partnerships simply by putting in Discord groups that I'm in, that we're looking to place our closers and our setters. You know, there are people in those groups who need setters and closers, and they see my message. I don't think much of it, but I put it in anyway, and they reach out to me and they're like, hey, yes, we're looking for closers and setters. We set up a call, and then boom, there's the partnership formed in a matter of a week. So it goes a long way. That's why people say your network is your net worth, because it goes a long way. There's people out there who know things that you don't, and there's also, and likewise, like, you know things that they don't, so therefore value's added, and it's all just one big value spider web. I don't know what else to say. Facebook groups, Instagram profiles, existing network. The important thing is, again, if you're gonna walk away from this video, volume. You should be reaching out to at least 20 to 30 plus people a day. If that sounds like a lot, then you need to really fix your mindset, because this should be the standard for you. 20 to 30 plus people a day. The amount of people I used to DM when I was running my coaching business, I was DMing about 50 a day. And it got to a point where it was extremely normal. Like, I'd just turn up, I'd do my 50, and it'd be another day. So, if this looks like a lot, then you're probably not cut out for the job anyway. 20 to 30 plus people a day. In a week, that's going to add up. And then in a month, that's going to add up. By the end of the month, you should probably already be placed if you just commit to this process and just ask around. Don't judge the person. Don't judge the people you're reaching out to too much. Obviously, have standards, but don't judge them too much. Just hit the volume. And trust me, guys, you're going to get people coming back to you, asking if you're available for a call or an interview. Because, like, no matter what level you're at, no matter how inexperienced you are, no matter how experienced you are, no matter how shy you think you are, how fleshed out your profile is, if you just put the numbers in your favor, then you will win. So anyways, I hope this video was valuable. Try these out. Literally, as soon as you close this video, start reaching out in the Facebook groups that I showed you. Start reaching out to the people I showed you. Tap into your network. Ask around. Like, Discord groups, get creative with this too. You know, think of different ways that you could, different networks where you might think people will be hanging out who need a setter or a closer. So Discord groups, Slack groups, any sort of website group. I don't know. Just get creative with it. Hope you enjoyed this video, and make sure you take action. Hit the volume, and you will land a position if you just follow this. So peace out. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.